I'm on a mission to see how far an account can go using only items purchased from shops, and I think I've just found a way to finally unlock one of the most basic items in the game, and it might just be the most convoluted method in RuneScape. Roll the intro. RuneScape is a game built around the player killing monsters and picking up their dropped loot. Drops range from a few coins all the way up to the most powerful weapons in the game. I wondered, what if you couldn't pick up anything? How much of the game could you unlock? How many of the quests are even possible? I'm going to find out. This account is restricted to only using items purchased with currencies. No dropped loot, no world spawns. This is Shop Locked. Last episode we ended with the new goal of getting to 34 farming, so let's take a look at what quests give farming XP. Looking through the list, Fairy Tale 1 is looking very nice. All I need to do is finish the quests Nature Spirit and Lost City. Nature Spirit requires the completion of the Restless Ghost, which we've done, and the Priest in Peril quest, for access to Mauritania. While Lost City requires us to have 31 crafting and 36 woodcutting, which is easy enough, but then I remember we need to cut a tree using an axe that can only be obtained as a drop on Entrana. Which means we are completely locked out of this quest, which locks us out of Fairy Tale 1, which then means we are unable to get access to the Fairy Ring teleport system. This one hurts. It just means there'll be a lot more running around for us. The next quickest quest for us is the Garden of Death, which gives 10,000 farming XP. It only needs 20 farming and secateurs which we can buy. So I'll continue to farm in the background while also growing my cat. Next on our journey of quests, I look at doing the Tree Gnome Village. This would give us a bunch of attack XP and access to the Spirit Tree transport system, which would speed up travel tremendously. Now this quest only needs 6 normal logs. People have tried with oak and higher, but they only accept normal ones. So, time to do a deep dive into how we will obtain our logs. Welcome to Jalson's Guide to Obtaining Logs. Many quests early on require regular logs, and for some reason we still can't grow our own normal tree. Looking through the list of how to acquire them, there appears to be no way to purchase them directly. But looking closer, we can see they can be obtained through Serum 207 and 208. Using these on afflicted villages in Morton has a chance for them to give you logs as payment for curing them. Now this can only be done after starting the Shades of Morton quest, which just needs 20 crafting, 15 herblore, and the completion of the Priest in Peril quest. First, let's tackle herblore, which we still need to unlock. To do that, we need to complete the Druidic Ritual quest. All the quest requires is raw bear, rat, beef, and chicken meat. Now the beef and chicken are sold in plenty of shops, but the bear and rat are only sold in 2. One is in Darkmire, which needs the completion of the Sins of the Father quest, which is a master quest and something that will take us over 100 hours to just get the level requirements, not even taking into account all the quests that needed to be completed before we can start it. The other is in Canifis, which we can access as soon as we can enter Mauritania. But we can only enter Mauritania once we finish the Priest in Peril quest. Now, Priest in Peril needs 2 things, a bucket and 50 unnoted rune or pure essence. There is a shop that sells both essence, the reward shop from the Nightmare Zone minigame. But Iron Men can only purchase the Scrolls of Redirection and nothing else. So that means rune essence is completely locked. But there is one other place we can get pure essence. The Spoils of War from the Soul Wars minigame. These cost 30 Zeal tokens, the currency we get for taking part in the minigame, and have a 1 in 3 chance of containing 1,000 pure essence. Unfortunately, we can't access this right away. To play the minigame, we need a combat level of 40 and a total level of 500, which we are working our way towards with every quest completion. Now once that's all done, we still need to create the Serum 207, which requires Taramin and Ash. Taramin we can only obtain from the herb box from Tithe Farm, which can give Grimy Taramin, or get Taramin seeds from the seeds pack, also from Tithe Farm. Now for the Ash. The only way for us to obtain it is to burn our own logs and pick up the resulting Ash. The quickest way for us to get logs we can burn is growing our own oak tree with an acorn. And we have 2 ways of getting the acorn. One is the seed pack from Tithe Farm. The other is a seed pack from the Pest Control minigame, which only gives 1 seed but has better odds. To start that minigame, we also need 40 combat. Now I know getting the logs this way isn't technically purchasing them, but since there is a way to obtain them through items only purchased, I think this is a much more fun and creative way of doing it instead of just allowing an exception for the sake of laziness. In summary, to get normal logs, we need to make serum 207. To make the serum, we need 15 herblore, ash, and taramin. To unlock herblore, we need to finish the druidic ritual quest. To finish the quest, we need to buy bear and rat meat from a store in Canifis. To gain access to Canifis, we need to finish the Priest in Peril quest. To finish Priest in Peril, we need pure essence. To get pure essence, we need to open Spores of War from the Soul Wars minigame. To access Soul Wars, we need 40 combat and 500 total level. Then, to get the ash, we need to burn our own oak logs. To get the logs, we need acorns. To get the acorn, we need seed packs from Tithe Farm or Pest Control. To access Tithe Farm, we need 34 farming. And to access Pest Control, we need 40 combat. And finally, to get taramin, we need a herb box or seed pack from Tithe Farm. So we've got quite the journey ahead of us to get our normal logs. As soon as we have the required stats, we'll hop into both minigames. If you're enjoying the content so far, please consider leaving a like, subscribing, and sharing the video. I know you don't want to miss me getting some normal logs. Now back to the episode. I spend a while making some money by pickpocketing and eventually get to level 25. This means we can start to steal from warriors in Varric Castle, who give 18 coins per successful pickpocket. For comparison, the men and women I was stealing from before only gave 3 coins each, so this is a much more lucrative method. With our new cash stack, I buy some more soda ash and buckets of sand, blow some glass, and get our crafting to level 20. With this, we now unlock our best money making method for now, buying uncut sapphires for 25 GP, cutting them, and then selling them back for 175 GP, while also getting some pretty good crafting XP along the way. So we head over to Alcarid to the gem stall and start hopping worlds. This shop only sells 1 at a time, so this takes a while. While editing, I realized there's a gem shop in Valamor that sells up to 3 per world, so next time I need some money, I'll be heading over there instead. After about 15 minutes, we end up with level 25 crafting and over 12,000 GP. With that, we buy some more teleport cards for our chronicle and get back to leveling our combat stats by starting the Vampire Slayer quest. In Draenor Village, we chat to Morgan, who tells us there's an evil vampire that lives in the basement of the nearby manor. All we need is a hammer and a stake to kill it. He says we should start by talking to the retired vampire hunter Dr. Harlow, who's in the Blue Moon Inn in Varrock. We grab our combat gear, a hammer and garlic from the bank and teleport to Varrock. At the inn, we chat to Harlow, who offers his help after we offer a beer. He then gives us a stake to kill the vampire with. We then head over to the manor, down to the basement, and wake up the vampire. The garlic damages and reduces his stats, and we defeat him quite easily. This completes Vampire Slayer, giving us 3 quest points and 4,825 attack XP. Next, I start Sheep Herder, mainly because I wanted to go to the farming patch in Ardi and this was the easiest quest nearby. All we need for the quest is 100 coins. We speak to Councillor Halgreave, who is concerned about some plagued sheep that have escaped the local farm. He wants us to herd, kill, and then incinerate the remains of the sheep. He gives us some poisoned sheep feed and tells us to chat to Dr. Orban to get a plague suit. Orban sells us his last suit for 100 coins, and we head off to the incinerator to pick up the cattle prod. Our task is to herd one of each of the different coloured sheep into the pen next to the incinerator. Those who have done this quest know just how painful it can be, so I'll just play the highlights. No. Oh no. Stop! What? What are you doing? What was that? Come on! Nice. Up. Whoa! Alright. Did that do anything? Nice. We got it. We got it. No! Get under it. Get under it. Get under it! What? Are you going in? Whoa! Why did I do that? With all the sheep herded, I feed them poison, collect their quest-specific bones, and toss them into the fire. We head back to Halgreave, inform him of our good deed, and that completes the quest, which gives us 4 quest points and 3,100 coins. Continuing on, we start Fight Arena, another quest that will greatly increase our combat stats. We head south of Ardi and chat to Lady Serval, who tells us her family has been kidnapped by General Khazad and forced to fight in their arena. We agree to help rescue them, but to gain access to the arena, we need to wear the Khazad armor as a disguise. You can only get this armor from a chest just north of the arena, which only unlocks once the quest has started. We get the armor and make our way inside. We chat to Sammy, who tells us to get the cell keys from the head guard. Chatting to the guard, he tells us he's craving some Kali brew and fell asleep last time he had some. So we head to the bar, buy one for 5 coins, give it to the guard, and take the keys. We free Sammy, who then runs off into the arena to find his dad, who is currently being beaten by an ogre. This then starts the combat section of the quest, where we safe spot the ogre, the scorpion, and bouncer. Oh! After all 3 are dead, General Khazad shows up and wants revenge on us for killing his dog, which is totally fair, but instead of fighting, I decide to run away. I head back and talk to Lady Serval, which finishes the quest. This gives us 2 quest points, 12,175 attack XP, 2,175 thieving XP, and 1,000 coins, getting us the 38 attack and 31 combat level. While we were doing some farming, our kitten finally grew up. And you know what that means. Time to start Plague City. For those who don't know, the citizens in West Ardoyne have a massive rat infestation and need cats to help out. So in exchange for a fully grown cat, they will give 100 death runes. And yes, this means cats are a currency. The problem is getting to the citizens, as West Ardy is locked due to a plague outbreak. The only way in is to start Plague City. Looking through the quest requirements, we can purchase every item needed, except for one, the snape grass. This means we will have to harvest it ourselves. Getting the seeds will be from the usual places, Tithe Farm or Pest Control. The big issue is we need to be 61 farming to plant the seeds. We won't be getting to that level for quite a while, but I have a feeling that item is only needed at the end of the quest and that we can still enter West Ardy without it. So let's try. To start, we talk to Edmund, who needs our help finding his daughter who has gone into West Ardy to help. As we need protection from the plague within the city, he directs us to talk to his wife, who can make a gas mask for us. All she needs is some dwellberries. So we travel up to the Grand Tree and buy some from our friend Hudo. We get our mask and are told to dig behind the house. We just need some buckets of water and a spade. After digging, we fall into the sewers, pull off a grate with a rope, and go through a pipe to enter the city. Once inside, we ask around for the whereabouts of Edmund's daughter, and eventually hit the wall where we need to create a hangover cure with the snape grass. So we stop the quest there for now. I then head west to find a civilian and trade our cat for 100 death runes. These are incredibly useful as they are used to cast powerful spells and can be sold for Tokkul. I'll go more in depth with Tokkul once we enter the Tsar City. With that, I try to leave through the main gate, but it only unlocks once you complete the following quest, Biohazard. So I teleport to Varrock and head over to Gertrude and buy a new kitten for 100 coins. As some of you pointed out, technically I shouldn't have kept the first kitten as it was a quest reward, which is true. So, to make up for it, I pay Gertrude double for the new one. That does it for this episode. I think this was the most progress we've made on the account so far, unlocking our best money making method, getting our combat stats much higher, and being able to get death runes every few hours. Next on our journey we'll be focusing on getting the total level up much higher so we can start Soul Wars. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.